Imagine someone frantically searching through their contacts on their phone, trying to find a reliable mechanic. They decide to call several shops to compare prices. This is what we call calling around. It means to call various places or people, usually to gather information or find something specific. For instance, I need a new mechanic for my car, so I'm going to call around and get some quotes. Now picture this. You're in a meeting and your phone vibrates. It's Sarah, but you can't answer right now. Later, you remember to call back, which simply means to return a phone call that was missed or to call someone again after being interrupted. As you might say, I missed Sarah's call earlier. I'll have to call her back when I'm finished with this meeting. Sometimes the urge to chat with an old friend strikes. You pick up the phone and call up your friend to catch up or make plans. Essentially, call up just means to telephone someone. I'll call up my friend to see if he wants to join us for dinner tonight. What if you wake up feeling under the weather? You'd likely call in sick, informing your workplace that you're too ill to come in. For example, I woke up with a fever this morning, so I had to call in sick to work. Ever been too busy to talk and had to tell someone you'd get back to them? This phrase means to return a call or respond to a message later. I'm busy right now, but I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Imagine needing to speak to a specific person when you call a company. You might ask the first person who answers to put someone through, which means to connect you by phone to the person you want to speak to. Could you put me through to the manager, please? Ever tried calling a busy service and you finally succeed? That's what it means to get through. It's when you successfully make contact with someone over the phone. I finally got through to the customer service after being on hold for an hour. Sometimes calls don't go as planned, and you get cut off or suddenly lose the connection. I was in the middle of explaining the situation when I got cut off. Ever find yourself overhearing a conversation unintentionally? That's listening in. It's secretly or discreetly hearing someone's conversation. I didn't mean to listen in on their conversation, but they were talking so loudly I couldn't help it. If you need to speak with another person, you might ask to put someone on, meaning to transfer the call to another person. Could you put me on to your supervisor, please? When a conversation comes to an abrupt end, sometimes one might ring off or end the call by hanging up. She seemed upset, so I just rang off rather than continuing the conversation. Lastly, hang up is perhaps the most straightforward. It means to end a phone call by putting the receiver down or disconnecting the call. I was so frustrated with the telemarketer that I just hung up on them. To recap, we explored a variety of phrasal verbs related to phone calls, from call around to hang up. These terms enrich our daily communication, allowing us to describe specific actions within the simple act of using a phone. Whether gathering information, returning a call, or ending a conversation, these phrases keep our interactions clear and effective.